Welcome back, friends. Today I'm bringing you some stunning dollar store Christmas DIYs for 2025 that look like they came straight out of Pottery Barn and McGee and Co., but on a tiny, tiny budget. If you love creating high-end dupes for a fraction of the price, you're going to be obsessed with today's projects. We're talking Pottery Barn inspired lit birch trees, McGee and Co. gingerbread ornaments, gorgeous velvet ornaments, and a luxe metallic baubles, all using affordable dollar store finds. Before we jump in, make sure to hit like if you love budget-friendly Christmas crafts and subscribe for more Pottery Barn dupes ideas every week. Now let's jump into these dollar store Christmas DIYs for 2025. I'm starting today's store Christmas DIYs 2025 with this Christmas tree cone I picked up at Dollarama for $4.75. You can totally use a styrofoam cone or even make one from cardstock, but I love the size and price of this one. For this Pottery Barn dupe, inspired by the Lit Birch Tree that retails between $113 and $283, I needed wooden spoons from Dollarama. In total, I used 4 packs, 3 large and 1 small. I started by cutting the handles off the spoons and saving them for the future DIY projects or daycare crafts. Using hot glue, I glued each spoon onto the base of the cone with the pointy end downwards and the cut end facing upwards. Once I began gluing around the bottom, I quickly realized the spoons didn't sit right because of the plastic leather-like trim on the cone. So I removed one full row to make everything fit properly. You obviously won't have to do this part if you are using a styrofoam cone or you made your own. For the second row, I placed each new spoon where 2 bottom spoons met, slightly overlapping the tip so it created a beautiful layered effect. I repeated this with the large spoons until I reached the top area where there was only room for 2 more rows. Then I switched to the smaller spoons for a tapered finish. At the very top, I wrapped rope around the tip, hot gluing it in random spots to secure it. After the 3 structure was finished, I mixed equal parts water and Dixie Belle's coffee bean brown chalk paint. Brushed it on lightly to create random drips and natural depth. Once that dried, I used white wax to highlight each spoon, blending it as I went. Now for the fun part, sparkle. I took it to the garage and sprayed the whole tree with adhesive spray, working in sections. While it was still tacky, I added spectra glitter all over for a magical winter glow. To finish, I wrapped twinkling lights throughout the tree. And that's it. An almost 20-inch pottery bound lit birch tree dupe for about $20. Such a gorgeous look for so much less. And this tree is not only perfect for the holiday season, you can totally use it in your winter decor in January. If you loved this high-end dupe so far, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps my channel. This next DIY is another fun one, McGee & Co. dupe using Dollarama terracotta clay, and of course you can get clay anywhere. At Dollarama it costs around $2. I only used half the package. It was already the perfect color, so I did not need to color the clay. I started by warming up the clay with my hands so it was easier to mold. Once it softened, I placed it between two sheets of parchment and rolled it out about quarter of an inch. Don't make it thinner than that because it increases the chance of cracking. Using Christmas cookie cutters, I cut out some of my shapes. My inspiration was the McGee & Co. gingerbread cookie ornament set, which retails for $36 regular price and $18 on sale. Mine came in under $2. Now that the shapes were cut out and before letting it dry, I used a straw to punch holes for ribbon or rope. To help prevent cracking, I let them dry for at least 24 hours, placing them between two damp cloths so they dried slowly and evenly. Once dry, I added puff paint for dimension. I created dots, swirls, and little designs. You can be as creative as you want here. And once that dry, I added rope for the rustic look, but ribbon will look beautiful too. I tried using glitter spray, but even though the bottle was full, it wouldn't spray. I even used a pin to clear the nozzle, but no luck. Same issue I've had with this brand of spray paint before. If you know a trick to fix this, please share it in the comments. Even without the glitter, these turned out beautiful. Definitely a budget gingerbread ornament dupe worth trying. Next up, more ornaments. I picked up these plastic ones at Dollarama for $2 each, and I loved the shape. And I've seen them at Dollar Tree as well. I wanted to create a velvet look finish, which I showed in a previous video on flat ornaments, but this time I wanted to try it on these curvy ones. I used midnight green and chocolate paint. I mixed each with equal parts baking soda, and if the texture gets too thick, just add more paint. This mixture gives great coverage and helps the paint adhere, and it gives it a little bit of texture. After applying the paint, I coated the entire ornament in generous layer of baking soda and let it dry. And then I repeated the same process for the other ornament with mixing the paint, painting it, and then covering it with a generous amount of baking soda. Once dry, I used a dry brush to brush the excess off. This reveals the most gorgeous velvety texture, so soft and rich looking, and these paint colors were absolutely stunning. Let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite so far. For my last project, I made over 4 ornaments using the Moonshine Metallics paint from Dixie Belle. I've been so excited to try this paint on ornaments to see how they would look. Originally, I planned to use gold digger and deep woods, but once I started painting, I decided to add steel magnolias too. These ornaments were inspired by McGee & Co. high gloss baubles, which sell for $60 a set or $30 on sale. I'm using plastic ornaments that I picked up at Dollarama, but again, you can find these at Dollar Tree, Michael's, Amazon, really anywhere. Dixie Belle's Moonshine Metallics are highly pigmented, water-based metallic paints that give incredible coverage and rich luminous finish. They're buildable, easy to apply, and perfect for adding a high-end sheen to ornaments, furniture, and decor. These paints glide on smoothly, dry quickly, and offer that gorgeous reflective shine without needing multiple coats. They're ideal for creating luxe, designer-inspired finishes, especially for holiday DIYs. Before painting the last ornament, I wanted to show another technique, adding paint inside the ornament and swirling it around. I started with a little paint, added more as needed, and swirled it until fully coated. Then I placed it upside down in a narrow cup to drain the excess. This gives a slightly different look than painting the outside. So I painted one ornament the regular way so you can compare the both. I love the variations and honestly I'm obsessed with how these turned out. To finish them off, I added black wax and bronze gilding wax to caps for an elegant vintage touch. Here are all the metallic ornaments together, both the painted and then the swirled one, and they look absolutely stunning. Honestly, I'm obsessed with every single one of today's dollar store Christmas DIYs. Thanks you so much for watching today's Dollar Store Christmas DIYs 2025. I hope these Pottery Barn and McGee & Co. dupes inspired you to create beautiful high-end Christmas decor on a small budget. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling me which DIY was your favorite. Your support means so much and helps more people discover these budget-friendly Christmas ideas. I'll see you in the next one. Happy crafting!